I didn't put up an alert, so I'm going to give y'all some time to get on in here. This is Allegedly Wednesday, and thank you to all of you for the birthday wishes. Yes, my birthday was yesterday. I had a chill birthday. So you all really, really just made my night. Y'all made my entire week. I see somebody finally coming on up in here. Oh, y'all coming fast. Hey, hey, hey. How's everybody doing? I was just saying before y'all came in here, I want to thank every last one of you for all of the birthday wishes. You all were so wonderful. All the cash apps, everything that I was sent, I am grateful. I am so grateful. Thank you so much, everybody. So, goodness gracious, y'all. So, all gas, no brakes, huh, y'all? You said show us the nails. They're matte. Encapsulated matte. So, all gas, no brakes. Woo! Understatement, understatement, understatement. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. So, boom. How about this, y'all? Once again, to everybody who comes over on Twitch, y'all, we have a good time on Twitch. We addressed this already on Twitch. Thank you, Tish. Oh, thank you, Domo. May this be multiplied into your household tenfold. Thank you so much. So we touched on this on Twitch. For all of you that didn't make it over to Twitch, oh my gosh. So Demoria, baby, when I say you know how to shake the table. So for those of you who don't know, Demoria Hadley's lawyer came forward with some very, very shocking information. I want to say on Friday. It was Friday at the end of the business day. Oh my God, thank you. May this be, oh my God, I can't even talk. May this be multiplied tenfold and in your favor for you and your household. Thank you so much. So what was I saying? Oh, so Demoria, baby, you know how to shake the table. Baby, when I tell you, her lawyer came through. Thank you, Miss LaDon. Thank you, Isaiah. When I say dropped the mic and went home on Friday, put out the information. Oh, thank you so much, Tarot Destiny. May this be manifested in your household tenfold. Yeah, the lawyer said, and I'm paraphrasing, that the driver that drove Demoria to the hospital was not only not a medical transport driver, this was a private-owned transportation company owned by a man who also worked as a high-level security detail person for the NFL. So, I don't even think y'all realize how the rabbit hole goes with that, okay? Because that takes Pebble Nation, the NFL, ties them in together into what looks like snatching people up and dragging them through traffic and medical malpractice and a whole bunch of other things. But it definitely puts them in, the conversation of having something to do with traffic. Hi, Terry. Thank you so much. Let this be manifested in your household tenfold. Yes, Domo. So let me say this again, because listen. What you said, Beyonce's company just got sued over the alien superstar sample. This is not her year. The Sphere out in Vegas, now this. Baby, listen, Linda, damn it. I know I said everybody was going to court this year, but I mean, are they fighting to get there? So let me go back to what I was saying and reiterate it. Okay, so the transport driver that took Demoria Hadley to the hospital when she was Baker acted. Come to find out, the lawyer has made the accusation that this person is not only not a medical transport hired by the hospital, this person has absolutely nothing to do with the hospital, is not a medical transport driver at all. They actually have a private company. This is their own transportation company. And this person also works for the NFL as a high level security detail. So, the reason why this is so interesting. Hey, Thisha. The reason why this is so interesting. After I got off of Twitch on Friday, I want to say no later than by 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon, there were already buzzings going around all the social media stating that they were looking for people to perform for Super Bowl. It was already out all across social media that they were looking for new artists to perform for Super Bowl. I said, now what happened with that person who was supposed to be doing Super Bowl themselves? Thank you, Brianna. So y'all listen to what I saw, which let me know this was the NFL playing in their face if they have never played in the face of Pebble Nation ever in life. They suggested that Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus co-headline the Super Bowl, and they give them both 10 minutes apiece, and they both, had them a wang dang doodle at the Super Bowl. Y'all, I want y'all to understand how big of a middle finger that is. Hey, Cass, how big of a middle finger that is to the Carter Knowles family. Your wife just broke all these records this year for country music. They use two of the people in country music that they are looking at as the ones that they would like to see duel for who can be the queen of country. And they're putting the more down to earth, more like hood redneck country queen versus the more polished pop country queen. So think about that. The one that has more polish and the one that can get down to the hoedown, both together at the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is usually like a 13-minute show max. They're willing to make the show a 20-minute show and to give both of them 10 minutes apiece. Hey, Millie the Mystic, and thank you, Simply Fee. Thank you. Let this be blessed upon your home and given back to you tenfold as well. So let's go a little deeper, y'all. Let's remember 2 years ago, when I first started getting all these wonderful, lovely bots, I did a live on the Grammys so that we could tap into somebody's speech. And from that night on out, I've been botted ever since. Now, remember when they did that speech, that it was rumored that he was shading Taylor that whole night. And even when Kanye got involved, he shaded who? Taylor. They have always shaded Taylor on behalf of Bey. So for the NFL to go and get Taylor and then go and get Miley, who just performed with you in Paris, and say, we think this will be a great idea to put these two together and give them 10 minutes apiece. At a time when country music couldn't be more angry about false accolades. Do y'all realize how big of a middle finger that is to the Carter Knowles family? The very person that you called yourself speaking down to at the Grammys, and then the very person that your wife got to go on her album and came and perform with her in Paris. Yeah. Now remember what Roger Goodell said when all that stuff popped off the last time. He said, we're going to stick by them through Super Bowl. And for all of you that were here with me on that Monday, it was titled Super Bowls and Rico Suaves. And I told y'all what looked like, you know, cases, you know, what looked like Ricos could start rolling in after Super Bowl. Expect them to start having a lot of legal issues after Super Bowl. Now, fast forward, we're going into the next Super Bowl, and I told y'all it looked a little cloudy to me. I couldn't really see if he would still be working with the NFL by the next Super Bowl. So I'm surprised Taylor hasn't done the Super Bowl yet after all these years. Right. But see, now would be the perfect time to make her America's sweetheart, because they want to make country music the #1 music in the world again. They want to take hip hop, push it back, put country music as a standard, and Super Bowl would be one of the best moments to do that, especially when the last Super Bowl you had that attack down in New Orleans. So now they can go for the gusto. They can, you know, honor the people who fell, who perished the last Super Bowl. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And they can have this huge women's empowerment country music situation. And I saw somebody said it'd be funny if they brought Nikki. What they say? You're being recalled back to the Navy. You didn't check out properly. Baby, unless you're talking about Rihanna, I don't know what the hell you're speaking on. It said, now that you mention it, it's odd that this is Taylor's first time. Right. Right. Taylor and Nikki are cool. And don't forget, you know, I just saw you in here, Cass. We did a whole entire panel when we saw that Billy Ray Cyrus had attached his name to Nikki, and he said that him and his wife had gotten to it, and he was supposed to come to Nikki's show in Nashville. Now, y'all, think about this. Nashville right now hates Beyonce guts. Nikki does a show in Nashville. One of the first people you need to tap in with in Nashville with the first family of music is Billy Ray Cyrus. So either way it goes between Miley or Taylor, if Nikki doesn't come out on the stage, I would not be surprised if somebody didn't do some type of tribute to Nikki. Thank you for the birthday wishes. So, yeah, I thought that was very interesting. When we first saw the names of Billy Ray Cyrus and Nicki Minaj together, I said, oh, they about to gear up for something. They're about to gear up for something. So, y'all, when I tell y'all all gas, no brakes has, it's been so hectic for me. It's almost like an overload. Like, I don't even know what to cover at this point. Like, I sit down in between my clients to, you know, do deep dives for you guys, and I can't even tell you what to cover because so much is happening right now. Like, It's almost, it really is an overload. Can't even keep up. Said, oh, baby, you good. Welcome to the party, Frosty. Said the tea about Stefan is absolutely nuts. Listen, didn't I tell y'all it was gonna get hectic around Cardi, and Cardi stuff was gonna get so rocky that she was gonna need a rollout from her life? Like everybody's talking about the rollout from the album, but she's gonna need a rollout from her life. Like, yeah. Say he ruining her rollout. Baby, listen. The industry don't even respect her rollout. That tells you something. At least it tells me something. Because here it is, 2018. She didn't even really get to finish the album due to, being sick during pregnancy. So they took what they had and they put it out, and it did great. So here it is, 7 years later, which is crazy in itself that she's finally putting the album out 7 years later. There's no real push. There's no real social media presence. None of the stuff that we saw with the rollout and the marketing from the first album is anywhere close. Like, looking at what she has right now for her marketing and all of that, y'all, I promise you on everything, it feels like what we should have saw pushing like her freshman album. Like, it completely reverted. It's like they gave her the budget in the first place as if she had already made it and she was a guaranteed star. Like, the money they put behind Cardi is like what you would put behind a Barbara Streisand. So where her interviews lined up, she's not doing much of anything. Right, she should be on a PR tour right now. We should see her on all the talk shows. We should see her, vlogging more. Like, it's a lot going on. It is a lot going on with what is not happening with the whole entire rollout. Thank you for the birthday wishes. You said, will the album get pushed back? Here's the thing, Haley. It doesn't matter if the album gets pushed back. It's going to do what it's going to do anyway. I believe they changed the date for Drake, but she still has to compete with Doja. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't see her running neck and neck with Doja with the way that Doja, locks the radio down. You got to give Doja her credit. Doja, she stays in heavy RO. Yes, I saw that Tory appeal has been granted. We're going to talk about that too. We're definitely going to talk about that. I'm not going to say I was the first, but as far as I know, I was one of the first for sure that extensively told y'all almost 2 years ago that Tory was going to go to the appellate court. I did 2 readings, not one, but 2 readings, stating that he was going to go to the appellate court and he was going to come home. So I'm just happy to know that his walk to walking out of that door is finally coming into fruition. It's getting closer and closer and closer. So God bless him. And I wish him all the love and peace in the world, because he's gonna need, time to really detox from people and to get away from everybody and to just be able to heal. He's got to heal mentally, emotionally, physically. Yep, you said it was 3 to 4 years, so yep. I said that's what they wanted him to settle for, because I remember saying that my angel said that they were going to offer him a plea deal because they hadn't offered it to him yet, and it was going to be around 4 years, and he was going to turn it down, and he did. So they've been stretching it out to still get him to do the amount of time in which he plead for, if he had a pleaded, because he didn't. So it doesn't even matter. Hey, Miss Keisha. Saying Megan kind of moving real suspicious. She? To me, she's moving right on point. She ain't doing nothing that looks suspicious to me. Oh, you said I was the only one that talked about it? I didn't know, you know. You don't want to get too cocky, you know. I'll say this. For the most part, for what I've seen, it's the smaller channels that got it right with Tory. For the most part, it's the smaller channels that got it, you know, at least 80% right, or like hit it on the nail. A lot of the larger channels that have the bigger followings, they went with what was going to be more of the popular narrative for what looked like the winning team. You said she been crashing out for 2 days, Lord. So we're gonna, now that I got some of y'all in here, we're up to like 177. And thank you for everybody who liked the video, so we can get out in the algorithm and they can stop hiding me like an Easter egg. We're gonna go ahead and tap in. And since we mentioned, thank you for the happy belated birthday. You say you like your hat? Oh, baby, it's a head wrap, but thank you. It's hot. I was not combing my hair down, y'all. When it's 100 degrees, the last thing you want to do is have hair all the way down your back feeling like something crawling on you. Like, I'll pass. So, you said a golden Easter egg? Well, y'all, let's go ahead. Okay. Okay. I see somebody say roll up and pull up. All right. So let's go ahead and tap into Megan the reporter, Megan Cunner. And let's see what the energy is with her. Now, to me, she ain't doing nothing that feels out of pocket to me, because I don't expect her to really have a certain parameter. No, I didn't see Umar's getting investigated. See what I mean? Where I can't keep up? When I tell y'all, these people are doing so much that every time I blink, it's like, didn't they just, oh, that's another one? Damn. Like, I really have to make a list now of what I'm going to cover, because if I just get up and say, I'm going to, search the algorithm and see what's out there, I'll end up short-circuiting, because there's so much happening. Thank you, Yaya. Let's get this back to her tenfold, God. Thank you, Catrell. Heavenly Father, bless her and give this back to her and her household tenfold. Thank you. Many blessings to the both of you. So let me go ahead and anoint my hands with this sage oil. And we're going to get off into, I saw that Trump and the diddler. Yeah. We gonna get that before we get out of here. That's murky waters. I want to wait to go off into that. Hey, Amaya, baby, how are you? Yes, right, Zay. Free Tory Lanez. Until we no longer have to say it. Thank you so much, Yaya. You said murky water and ass Austin. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Keisha. Heavenly Father, let this be given back to her and her household tenfold. Hold on. There we go. There we go. I gotta lock this thing in. Said Cunningham been trying to convince everyone that he has zero chance. Well, let's see why she's convincing people of that. Megan Cunningham, why are you trying to make people think he'll never come home? Thank you, Songbird. Let this be manifested in your house tenfold as well. Alrighty. Why do you want people to believe this, Megan Cunner? Megan the reporter, why? You said, glow new man kind of fine. I got to look at him. Okay. So it's like, y'all, she moving as fast as she possibly can to avoid heartbreak. 3 of swords at the bottom of the deck. Thank you, Austin. You helped me buy my groceries this week at the dispensary. Thank you very much. Thank you, ATL Chic. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Got to put some love on you. Heavenly Father, manifest that money back to them and their household tenfold. Yeah, so y'all, she moving fast to avoid heartbreak. What heartbreak could she be trying to avoid? Do tell. King of Pentacles. Okay, so King of Pentacles and Page of Swords. Oh, Lord. So here it is. She's amassed a certain amount, and she's finally being seen by a certain elite now. So, oh my gosh. So it's like, you know how it's over before it begins? You know how you stand there knowing, you know, when you go in the house, you're going to get in trouble. So you take the slowest walk in the house because it's going to happen anyway. Oh, Sunbird, my birthday was yesterday. So, yes, we're still celebrating. Yeah. So she's trying to defend the situation. She knows it's toxic, and she knows she's got herself caught up and binded into something that, like I said, that murky water. That murky water. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Yeah, Hangman, 2 of Cups. Now, when you see 2 of Cups when it comes to business, that means working together or possibly allegedly colluding. Okay? So she knows that who she's worked with has brought her to a standstill, a hangman. You said, mind you, she has yet to report on the new cases that Pebble Nation and Cut a Deal does. Listen, she know who buttered her bread allegedly. Thank you. Thank you. Say chap born day. Said, if not mistaken, didn't Tory say that she was working for Rico Nation? Yes, he did. Thank you, Vibrant One. All right. So, like I said, if you're talking about business and you get a 2 of Cups, that is working very tightly together. Oh, no apologies necessary, Songbird. No apologies necessary. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. 3 of Cups. So she's trying to get ahead of everything and try to dismiss everything as gossip. Thank you, Dee Dee. May God bless you tenfold and bring us back to your household. Where Millie at? I ain't see you. Hi, baby. How are you, beautiful? Milagro is asking if someone can put my Cash App in the chat for her. Until she does, it's the same as the name of the channel. $ Angel Kisses the Oracle. And it's a picture of me with a ponytail. My hair is pulled to the back. Good to see you, beautiful. Yes, so, you know, you got the strength card here, which represents Leo time and Tower. So she knows, okay? Megan the reporter, Megan Cunner, boo, you know that Leo season is about to rip you a new one. It's going to rip you a new one. Get ready. See, she didn't expect this to come this fast. She didn't expect it to be this big. And the Tower is something you can't come back from. Now, I told y'all all gas, no brakes. Expect all the way up until the end of September, early October, there's going to be more scandals. There's going to be more charges. And the stuff that's about to come out, people are not going to escape. Okay? Now, I already did this on Twitch, but we're going to do it here because I want to tap into the energy with the Demoria Hadley situation, with the new twist now that her lawyer dropped the bomb on Friday and let it be known that the transport driver who drove her to the hospital not only was not a medical transport, did not work for the hospital, but actually was a high-level NFL security officer who worked closely, allegedly, with Pebble Nation. So we're going to tap back into that here. Thank you, Michaela, baby. Let this be manifested to you tenfold, beautiful. So now that we're in Leo season, and for those of you that have been with me for a while, especially if you're in my membership, I always tell you that retrogrades work for Tory. And the reason why retrogrades work for Tory is because energy that has not been addressed, information that's been hid, mute points, things that people think are dead are resurrected during this time. And it always helps Tory because things that he needs to come out always come out during a retrograde. Now, it's a lot to take in. I told y'all about benzitin. Benzitin is a water spirit from out of Asia. I would have never known about her if I didn't do the BOA reading last year and my candle started hissing and scared the bejesus out of everybody. But benzitin told me that she's going to help Tory come home, and when she told me she was going to start to help the AG and the files will be unlocked, within 2 days, the AG told everybody when he released his statement that he could not make a decision. He needed more information, so he was going to unlock the files. Those of y'all who watched that live, it started storming. It started lighting up. Lightning was like literally lighting up my whole entire basement. And when the message was done, she was finished speaking, it was over. It was like it never rained. Everything was over. And everything she said came to pass within 2 days. And when that AG came forward and made his next announcement, it was on my birthday last year, July 29th, that Tory had the right to be heard, and he was going to give him the right to be heard at the appellate court. So here it is. It's me and Tory's birthday time again. We're in another Mercury retrograde because that was a retrograde too. So now here we are. Sorry I had to give y'all this information because I'm looking at why Megan the reporter is allegedly so shook. So the reason why is because she's trying to control the narrative and she wants things to appear like gossip. She didn't expect this bombshell to come out of nowhere that Tory is actually going to be heard by the appellate court. Let's see what's going to happen during Leo season. 10 of Wands. Unbearable. Unbearable. This is going to be so heavy that this is going to be backbreaking. These people are not going to be able to carry the guilt or the energy that is associated with this. So something's about to come out between now and I want to say maybe the middle of August that's going to shake the table. And from that point on out, whatever happens between now and like the middle to the end of August, it changes everything. Queen of Wands. All right, what's happening with this Queen of Wands? Because Queen of Wands in her position would mean that she's a highly visible female. What's happening? Because this is happening fast. Queen. Okay. Okay. So, allegedly, y'all. We got to say allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. But allegedly, y'all, remember I just said something is about to come out between now and like, I'll give it to possibly the third week of August. Something is about to come out and it's got something to do with her income. Oh, uh, girl, don't you make me slide out the chair like that. God bless you. Let this be given back to you 100-fold. Heavenly Father, bless her and her household. Amen. Oh, thank you. Baby, whenever you come for a reading, I'm here. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Yeah, there's some secrets coming out, baby, around somebody's money and how they actually get paid. Now, this is important. And the reason why it's important, because if you've been paying attention to the readings that I've been doing about her for the last year, she has been padding the conversation. And I caught on to it last year. When she started to take up for Milagro, I tapped into the energy and I wanted to know why. I said, why is she taking up for Milagro? What the hell is going on? I understand freedom of press, but if this feels a little layered. So, okay, I get to looking. And y'all know how I do. I get to be in gambit with these cards. And y'all, if I set the cards down, it's really going down. Okay? If I set the cards down, it's really going down. So when I tapped into it, it was something that she said. Oh, look. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to go celebrate with a bottle of Milagro. So, yeah, she made a comment, and it told me everything that I need to know when she talked about how if Milagro had been paid, it's not illegal. And I said, why in the hell would she say that? Why in the hell would she say that? You ain't helped nobody with that damn comment. Secrets around how you get your money. Yeah. Your money's starting to look a little trap house-ish. It's something going on that's not quite Fifth Avenue. It's up the block down to the borough with your money allegedly. That's why you came forward to say, well, if she did get anything, it's not against the law. So, I gotta say allegedly, you've been getting taken care of very well. And allegedly, your lifestyle don't match what you earn. Allegedly. If you lived off of what you earned, you might be subsidized. Allegedly. Says she moved to downtown LA. She let it slip. Baby, listen. Well, what she earned, she should have been in Chinatown. Possibly. Would you say, remember the 50 Cent reading? Yes, because 50 Cent, the petty goat himself, gotta love him, he was going to expose her and make her show her earnings because he was going to hold her to that bet. So it's like everything is crumbling down around her, the chariot, and it's moving fast. It's moving faster than she thought. And remember, I told y'all, watch her go in a new direction. And see, to me, this ain't her being funny style. This is her, in survival mode. So I'm not, thrown at all. This is what I expect her to do. I expect her to tell every lie possible. Lie through omission, bald face ass lie, bald head ass lie, whatever she got to tell to help sway the narrative. Because without Tory's name, who is she? You said she must be getting that consultant pay like they allegedly offered to the community leader that was against the casino. Allegedly. Allegedly. Because what I'm seeing here financially, and this is what people got to understand about me. I'm not just a tarot reader. I'm a medium too. So I go back and forth. What I'm seeing in her energy is that her money ain't money. You know how, you see somebody put the big bills on top and the little bills be in the middle? But then, they start messing us up because they started to make the color money. So all the money didn't look the same in the knot anymore. Something about her knot is not what it possibly is supposed to be, allegedly. Show me her in July until Libra season. Oh, it came face down too. Death. And this is right under a cyclone, a tornado. 5 of Cups. Baby, she windmilling. She pee-popping. She doing whatever she can. Because she knows. She knows she's about to face public scrutiny and humiliation. Look at this chick down to the tree. Okay, she down here to the lake. She look like she don't know how she gonna fix her face and go home and say what she gotta say. You see this? Cyclone is coming. There's nothing you can do about it. Tornado watch. Baby, when I tell you no rest for the wicked, no rest for the weary. Sweetheart, sweetheart, sweetheart. Hangman. Explain this hangman to me. 6 of Wands. So the hangman is her being able to move forward successfully back into independent media. Three of Cups. 4 of Pentacles. So she's definitely worried about, the gossip, the conversation that's coming out, because it's going to affect her bottom line immensely. 4 of Pentacles is generational wealth. And it feels like also 4 of Pentacles can represent being stubborn. So she was stubborn. She was going to ride this till the wheels fall off. You can't always count on being on the winning team. Not you singing Miss Independent. Austin. Yeah, so here it is. You got strength to the devil. And for me, Austin, don't you make me break right now. you got strength to the devil, which to me represents, good versus evil. Okay? And then you got temperance. Finding the balance. Okay, so expect her the closer time comes to start straddling the fence. You see how this man, earth angel on one side, fallen angel on the other, and he could go either way. It just depends on what side he chooses. So now it's like everything hangs in the balance. She has to decide, how is she going to attack this story. So she's going to try to avoid telling the truth from what I can see, but she's going to start straddling the fence, because either way it goes, it's like she's cooked. She's done. You put out a lot of narratives. You supported somebody who eventually the truth is going to come out. Ten of Wands, 10 of Cups. Man, This is going to be a heavy burden. This is going to be a burden that like, she may have to go back to her family type burden. Thank you, Presley. I would not wish that on a grown individual who has made their name, got out here, became popular, and then you get in a position to where you can have to go back to Meemaw house. Ooh, so yeah, expect her to straddle the fence. She's going to start juggling with the way that she represents this, and this is her way to try to pretend to stay independent. Except for all we know, probably befriended. Oh, of course. Because of not all the DUIs. Apparently, she knows how to get out of them and needed someone like that on the team. Allegedly, LaDon. Damn. Well, if I ain't mistaken, both of them don't drive. So they ain't got to do nothing but worry about walking while lit. Oh my God. So now, for those of you who weren't on Twitch, I'm going to switch the deck and we're going to go off into the energy around this Demoria Hadley situation with the Super Bowl. And I want y'all to see how everything is imploding. Is Milagro still in here? Before I go any further, somebody let me know if Milagro is still in here. Because if she got anything she want to ask. Okay, Milagro baby, do you have anything that you would like me to tap into directly? You got it right now. Because I know it's things you can't talk about. People always want me to tap in. I always tell them I won't do it without your permission. Okay, you told me just go ahead and rock. Okay, so this, how about this? Just pay close attention to this show because a lot of this might, you know, somehow allegedly land where you need it to land. All right, so let's see what's going on with the situation with the NFL versus Pebble Nation. Because I kind of tapped into this over on Twitch. But let's see what the energy is now with the NFL and Pebble Nation. Because to me, they made it very, very plain, very clear that they are no longer in cahoots or working in tandem, working under contract as they once were with Pebble Nation. Now, this is my assumption, this is my guess, but for everybody, remember when they did the country, what was that? Was a Beyonce show. They did it over there in Paris. Jay came out performed. Cardi was there performing with the family, you know, PR. And they were talking about Jay was going to do Super Bowl, and it looked like Cardi was going to pop out with them. Well, in the midst of all of that, we get Demoria's lawyer come out at the last second on Friday when they couldn't do nothing about it, honey, and he drops napalm. And he states that The people who transported Demoria to the hospital not only did not work for the hospital, they were not a legitimate medical transport company. In actuality, this was a private transportation company that was owned and operated by a high level security person, a security detail for the NFL. That right there changed everything. Come on now, Mr. Versace. That was the first thing I thought of when I heard this. NFL call some ninjas up. Would you say fire some niggas and call us up? That was the first thing I thought about. I said, "Ooh, Nikki, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy." I already told y'all I never dress up for Halloween. I don't pass out candy, but Nikki inspired me, honey. This year I'm going to be the seamstress. When she said, "You reap what you sow, better get a seamstress," I said, that's who I'm going to be this year for the Halloween. So let's tap in, y'all. Let's see the energy between Pebble Nation and the NFL. Pebble Nation and the NFL. Now that this has come out over the weekend, what is the energy between Pebble Nation and the NFL? Oh Lord, and it went face down. So you got the Ace of Wands here, which is like passion, fiery. They want to move on this as swiftly as possible. Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is a huge unrequited offer. So expect the NFL to be very, very aggressive in the way that they handle this. Whoo. Four of Swords. Y'all, they could be dissolving the contract as we speak, allegedly, due to morality clause. Somebody being sneaky, underhanded, behind the scenes. Seven of Swords. Baby, I ain't seen nothing about no men of God talking about Nikki. I ain't even worried about them. Some of them same men of God congregate with men in different ways outside the church. Let's see, the Chariot. NFL is going to move very swiftly on this agreement that they have. Y'all, I wish I could sit in the room with these lawyers and feel the tension, because what I'm seeing here on this table, y'all, this feel like some old mafioso type energy with the lawyers even come in gangster. Oh, sheesh. Yeah, you embarrassed the hell out of them. Four of Cups. Very huge unrequited offer when it comes to the opportunity between them. Y'all, this wasn't just supposed to be the initial job that they have over there. It feels like this was supposed to spawn many other deals for the conglomerate. They were going to take this one job that Jay got with the NFL and turn it into like the tree of life, like it was going to keep giving. Yeah, the Palace of Coins. So Palace of Coins will represent the NFL. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This ain't good for Pebble Nation. Queen of Swords in the upright means that's a truth teller. There's also someone that's very high-minded, very intelligent, somebody that speaks like a lawyer. So it looks like the NFL is siding with Demoria. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. He's worried about his stability, allegedly. So here it is, the Four of Pentacles that represents generational wealth. It falls on the table with the NFL, but he's not on the table with them anymore. He least, whoo. Now this is interesting. You got the mother and the father of the deck. You got the emperor and you got the empress. And they're looking at who caused this. The mother of the child who was harassed, the father, the business partner. So they're looking at the both of them. 50-50 owners, 50-50 guilty. You brought her over here. Y'all got us tied up in this. We're holding the both of you equally accountable for this. So as far as the NFL is concerned, excuse me, y'all, I wanted to get this charger cord out the way. As far as the NFL is concerned, they really, really, really drug their name down in the valley. They're looking at the way you did this family. This family looks like, the new American dream, the melting pot. Intelligent, well-spoken, just want to go to work and not bother anybody. You said I'm getting blurry. They always got to find something to do with me when I get on certain subjects. They mess with my streams. So it looks like they are on the wrong side of right with the entire NFL. Allegedly. Whoo! Judgment falls on top of the King of Wands' head. You signed the contract. You are responsible for this. We gave you this job. We're dropping the hammer on you. We're holding you accountable. Lee Kamel. Look at you. You went from performing for the Super Bowl to hoping they let you pick up change and trash and clean the bathroom. Ooh, have mercy. This is the card. Judgment falling under the Ace of Swords. They want this dealt with promptly. Because this is going to snatch a Band-Aid off of a wound that is too deep. The NFL just got people to come back to overlook the Kaepernick thing. Is making numbers. Is one of the biggest family-friendly things in the world. They cannot afford right now to go downhill. Yeah, Temperance and the Hermit. So it looks like the NFL is going to separate itself. The Hermit, that's them separating themselves to get balanced through a new beginning. And they're going to possibly, allegedly, break this contract due to morality clause. Now, it may not appear to be broken for a while because things like this usually take days to dissolve, weeks even. But I don't see this lasting as long as it possibly could last for them to dissolve this contract, because it looks like the lawyers got an order to just eat coffee beans and stay up until it's done. Don't this look closer and closer to what I told y'all? The closer Tory get to coming home, Tory's going to be coming out and somebody's going to be looking at going in. Yeah. NFL don't want nothing to do with this. They want to get away from this as fast as possible. Six of Swords. They see them as toxic, chaotic. They're siding on the side of justice. Well, listen, whatever the law says they're going to do, we're going to comply with it. What do you need us to turn over? Whoo! Super Bowls and Rico Suave. I told y'all after that last Super Bowl would look like Rico's was going to start coming down the pike. I mean, they're going to start coming down like rain. This is about to be embarrassing. Yeah, Four of Swords, unrequited offer. That they found out that Demoria got proof. She's telling the truth. And they're willing to put their money behind her, not them. So Nikki just tweeted 22 minutes ago, win the crowd and you win your freedom. Whew, Lord. But don't look like nobody winning the crowd over here. Because it looks like they're going to support Demoria. They could allegedly, behind the scenes, offer her, some kind of cash endowment as an apology from them so that she can sign something and say, hey, they weren't a part of it to my knowledge. And it absolves them from criminality. And they back her up and they help her. I would not be surprised if the NFL does not pick up this woman's legal fees. Let's see, will the NFL pick up her legal fees? You got the Magician, the card of manifestation, under the Palace of Coins. Allegedly, it looks like they're going to manifest all the hardship that they can manifest for someone for getting them in this situation. No, she's not suing the NFL. They just found out about that this week. So I would not be surprised, though, if the lawyers are not speaking to each other to iron this out. But it looks like the NFL is on her side. So if the lawyers are sitting down to iron this out, NFL is like, we'll do whatever we have to do to pretty much remain Switzerland in this situation. We had nothing to do with it. We didn't know about it. That was something that happened outside of our knowledge. So whatever we can do to assist this young lady, we're going to do so. Somebody's life is about to be hell. Somebody's life is about to be hell because you've got this four of coins here that represents generational wealth. Seven of Wands, which is the card of defense. Demoria ain't gonna have to worry too long about how much it costs for her defense attorneys because they might even finagle it to where they end up allegedly financing her legal team. Now, I don't think they would outright do it, but it can come from a helpful source. So NFL is also probably annoyed with the drama this year with Kendrick, Lil Wayne about the Super Bowl. Well, I mean, Joyfully Zen, it gets bigger than that because you got to look at, Jay's legal troubles independently outside of that. Like that Cash App and Block lawsuit is major. The situation with him and Busby, major. And he's starting to look more and more like he could be who that young lady says he was, who was represented by Busby. So this is looking real crazy. Empress, Five of Swords. So this is them arguing with her mother. Ooh, cut a deal, Daz, cut a deal, Daz. It's about to get real ugly out here for you. Let me tap into cut a deal, Daz energy. Because this, baby, it seems like everybody that's attached to the Clydesdale, this is not y'all year. I know I said best, worst year ever for one person, but damn, they taking this as a team challenge. Baby, this sure is deeper than rap. By far. Let's see. cut a deal dance. It's like this is like Murphy's Law. Ain't shit going your way. Nothing. Nothing in your life. Not even your morning first damn breath is going in your direction. Who show me her energy with the NFL and these new accusations made that she hired security detail to help 5150 and illegally obtain her daughter, allegedly kidnapping. Would you say grateful? Say NFL paid LaCamel $25 million to do this. Her legal fees cheaper than that, and they can break without continuing to pay him. Absolutely, from morality clause. Morality clause means it's up and it's stuck. Nope. Your opinions and views do not match the opinion and views of the company, so therefore the company can release and relinquish all rights to any and everything. Hold on. Now, wait a minute. How I got these? Y'all. Okay. I had to figure out how I had the cards together. Who? Cut a deal dance. Come on down to the principal's office. Come on down to the principal's office. Somebody need to see you, cut a deal dance. Show me the energy around cut a deal dance. Okay, cut a deal dance. Shame, humiliation, regret attached to the business. Five of Cups, shame, humiliation, public humiliation attached to the business. Page of Coins. Whoo, baby. Look. Her partner in crime, King of Wands. Oh, King of Wands and the lover, the one she works with, possibly colludes with. And Gemini can be fickle because, they are a sign. Oh, somebody want me to say that. They are a sign of twins. So this right here is telling me that, he could be acting kind of funny style towards her right now. Can be like a Sour Patch Kid. Two of Swords and Judgment. Y'all, this look like they are at an impasse. Two of Swords is cutting somebody off due to judgment or a judgment that's coming. Y'all, that right there tells me that these two are not getting along. They're possibly not even speaking right now. They speak only when it's necessary. If that. Eight of Cups, somebody trying to walk away from it all. Juggling, trying to figure out what they can do. Let's get you out of here because don't nobody need to know about that. All right. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to walk away from working together. Money is slowing down tremendously. Knight of Coins. Why is the money slowing down in this collaboration? Oh, the dream is over. The world. Three of Swords. Oh, come on now. Don't tell me that this is like a bando. This is an abandoned building. This is, at this point, possibly a front. But it's a fossil. It's no longer alive. It's like a business type, a prototype. It's like a P.O. box somewhere to send your mail. But you don't really stay there, possibly don't really work there. It looks like what Millie say, the jig is up. No, that's Nikki. Excuse me. Nikki, the jig is up. Heartbreak. Oh, it's some hard pills to swallow around there. And who was that set up there and told Nikki to come over there and get some money with them? Don't look like nobody really getting to the money like they're supposed to. The Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Wands. Baby, y'all over there like good times. Scratching and surviving. Because the Wheel of Fortune is good luck. That means everything is in the upright. Y'all getting to the money. And then this comes right with the world. So end of a cycle to y'all wealth. And y'all been over there damn near a step away from making sure all the recycling get turned in so that y'all can keep the lights on, allegedly. Let me find out somebody turning in all the pop cans to pay the light bill. But you know, they over there not worried about fake physics. Whoo, so y'all going broke allegedly. Y'all ain't talking to each other. Folks being nice, nasty. The undynamic duo. Somebody calling on somebody. You know, I don't know if God take y'all phone calls. Y'all might be on hold for about 2 or 3 millennia. But you know how people get in trouble. They always want to call God. So here it is. I want to appear to be virginal and wonderful so that when people talk about us publicly, they can speak about all the good we've done. They can have our hallelujah chorus when they speak about us in the blogs. But them blogs gonna turn on y'all because you gotta feed your dogs. You gotta feed the wolves, you gotta feed the hounds. What you think them hounds gonna do when they find out that they can't eat? Y'all ain't got too much longer. So it looked like she been running everything by herself, the independent woman, the 6 of Pentacles, trying to figure out how to make $1 out of 15 cents. Yeah, a dime and a nickel, because this show ain't come out this deck. Somebody get on down there in front of their office and sing these last $2. Damn, and that's crazy. That song start off, Lady at the Casino. Even in jokes, my spirit guides be on one. So you got the 10 of Swords here. So you got the ultimate betrayal falling under Mr. Camel. He can't believe that she got caught up in some of the stuff that she got caught up in. And it's like, you costing us everything. But he want to cut her off, get away from her, and everything to save himself. Like he not still on the Titanic his damn self. But here he is trying to get to the Holy Land, and he can't make it because he carrying too much. You said she ain't giving swirlies no more. Oh God. Allegedly. No wonder she went on down there to that damn Pete whatever foundation and was looking all matronly. Please help me down the steps. My knees is weeble wobbly. I need my Metamucil. Trying to look all sad and decrepit. I knew it was something going on when she got Megan helping her down the stairs. Megan, man, 5, 6 people back. He ain't even making sure she making it down the stairs. So 2 of Swords to the Sun. It looked like he didn't cut her off since this came out with the NFL. Hilarious. Hey in Los Angeles, how are you, Richard Lyons? Ooh, Lord. King of Cups. So somebody trying to stay quiet because they very deep in their feels about everything that's going on and how this is going to manifest when it's all said and done. Four of Cups fell face first on the table under the Eight of Cups. Once again, unrequited offer. Can't believe you did this. I got to hurry up and get away from you. The Devil. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? She the devil? All right. I mean, I ain't going to say you wrong, but I mean, who would take one to know one, allegedly? Yeah, the Hangman to the Three of Pentacles. Y'all, it's like everything with this business is up in the air. It could be holds on stock holdings and bank accounts. Credit cards could be froze. There's something serious happening with this money. If it hasn't happened, it's going to happen like during the warm months. I feel like this is already happening though. Seven of Wands. My apologies. The card of being defensive, trying to defend something but not being able to because the World card it's all over. Ooh, the World in the Tower, y'all. Seven of Cups. They're trying to decide what they're going to do because they know Armageddon is coming. They know they're on the Titanic, and this is the time where the band is playing as the boat goes down, and everybody's trying to find their life preservers and their boats. Now these two like Jack and Rose. Y'all know what happened with Jack and Rose. Rose made it, and Jack turned into a damn popsicle. So imagine what's going to happen between these two. You got the Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune. So that lets me know these two have worked together. They have a lot of money tangled together. Thank you, Gucci 2027. I done said that all wrong. 2017, Lord. Yeah, so they got a lot of money tied up with one another. A lot of contracts. A lot of things that both of them can't just walk away from. Nine of Swords. Don't laugh at me like that. Yeah, so not getting no rest. Who over there calling Jesus? Y'all know he ain't gonna pick up the phone. Well, y'all, it's in her name. My angels and my ancestors named her Cut a Deal Des. This says that there's a decision that got to be made because this looked like they done ran out from robbing Peter to pay Paul, and now they got to hope Jamal show up with the $2 that he owed them. This is flat broke. Choice got to be made before they completely financially crash out. Okay, so for the love of money, running out of money, I can't find nothing else to do. God help me, please. I was wondering why would anybody over here be praying, because unless y'all pray down instead of up, I mean, that might be the way y'all do it. So, like I said, her name, the name they gave her, Cut a Deal Des, look for her to cut a deal to save herself. Because it looks like an estate sale. I'm going to just say that. It looks like an estate sale. It feels very reminiscent to like a court-ordered auction or estate sale. These folks running out of monies. Oh, Lord. Let me see something. Now we're going to go off into, since we already in their business, let's go off into Emilio's case. Would you say Isaiah said you called it? Baby, And all of y'all say them Sunstar prayers, because I saw that, I couldn't catch all the comments. Baby, listen. Don't y'all discount that man prayers. That man is so close to God that God got up off the throne personally and said, hold my rope. I'm going to answer this call myself. That's a powerful man. Folks better stop laughing at him. The way God loved him, don't play with him. That's what they mean by touch not mine anointed. So let's see this energy around this Emilio case. Because y'all, this Emilio case is what's going to sink the battleship from what I can see. So let's see what's going on with this Emilio case. Emilio was a photographer. Emilio Garcia. Queen of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. He's staying firm. He's standing up. He's not backing down. He's moving forward with this case. He's feeling more grounded about the case. He is going through a lot when it comes to like emotions, mental health, heartbreak. The World. He's lost a lot and he's trying to rebuild his life. The Temperance. But he knows that this is going to be an end to a cycle for all of the things that he's lost. And he will have balance through a new beginning. So Crystal posted 40 minutes ago that Tory has been granted permission to submit new evidence as a supplement to the appeals. Let's go. Y'all, show me by hands who all in here want me to read the updated energy attached to how this is going to go from here. Because I stayed quiet with Tory's energy for a while. Sometimes with these folks, you got to stay quiet. Okay, so after I'm done with this, we going to tap into the energy around Tory. Because now it's safe to talk about where he's going. All right. So we're looking at this situation where he's coming, Emilio Garcia, he's coming out of a very hard time, losing a lot, possibly losing everything. But that cycle is over, honey. Emilio about to have him some Louboutins. Four of Swords. Something's going to bring everything to a halt, to a rest. And he also finally can start focusing on resting himself, resting his mind, having a rest from this heartbreak. Two of Cups, Queen, oh, sheesh. Two of Cups, Queen of Swords. Now that right there tells me that a certain relationship that should be 2 weeks old, I think this week, that could be possibly for marketing purposes. It seems like that relationship was meant to offset the energy around this case. Queen of Swords, air sign. Seven of Pentacles. A lot is being invested in this case because they expect to win the lion's share. Y'all, this is some big bank take little bank type stuff. Whatever they got on them, whatever they got on them, somebody's spending a very large, exorbitant amount. They're heavily invested in this case because there's a lot riding on this. When I say this is the real money, power, respect, this is some more Wolf of Wall Street type stuff. What did I just step in? We got permission to keep going? Angel said, yeah, run them down. The Emperor. Y'all. There's a quiet investor, King of Cups. Someone who feels very, very deeply about what's going on. Very powerful individual. Could be a man. Okay? This is a man that literally lives his life as if he is God. Two of Pentacles. They're juggling which way they're going to go with this case. This case did not turn out the way they thought it was going to go. Show me why they're juggling. So you got the Hermit here, which represents being in reflection, dark night of the soul, going off into a very, very, how do I say this? It's a very cerebral space. The Hermit, when they come out of being the Hermit is, self-taught, like someone that becomes a scholar. They know every book in the library. This is like the prison lawyer who wins everybody's case. So he may have been going at this alone, trying to figure out how he was going to be able to do this case. And this person came along to help him to go in a new direction. Because this looks like Mr. Garcia, he was doing the best he could to push this case, to get it heard, couldn't get any help, and then out of somewhere, out of the abyss somewhere, somehow, somebody very powerful, we'll call him Mr. No Face, No Case, okay? Whoever Mr. No Face, No Case is, looked over this and saw this as an opportunity and decided to finance this for him, because there's some information that's going to come out about this case that's going to do something huge for something else. So you got the Eight of Wands here, which means rapid movement. And this falls under the card of defense, which is defense lawyers. So it's like he may have had one lawyer that he had to deal with, and then out of nowhere, oh, I got it. Six of Swords. So here it is. Remember, Meg decided she wanted to move the case out of California. This is a card of travel, because for her, California was going to be toxic, chaotic. So she moved it to where she could be in calmer waters, because this is the woman escaping a chaotic situation. Her doing that ends up being Emilio's saving grace. That's why they said Wolf of Wall Street. This man would have never been able to take over this case, help in this case, be a part of this case, had it not left California. Not Yu-Gi-Oh! Red Eyes, Black Eyes Dragon is your favorite. Yeah, this happened fast. Like this person, it's like this person brought in the legal team. Like, don't worry about it. Those are your lawyers. That's who started the case. Sign this release form. Have your team give everything to this team. You are now represented by the Wolf of Wall Street. Why did the Wolf of Wall Street get involved? Because something that they're doing, the sun, exposes something that they know it's giving birth to. So the mother, the nucleus, where this problem comes from, lies behind some information attached to this case. And whatever this information is a huge nail in the coffin that's going to help to bring the whole establishment down. Knight of Cups. Y'all, this is so crazy because this feels like there were multiple offers made to just bring this case to rest, to just be done with it, to make a decision to just settle it possibly. And it feels like somebody just was very, very highfalutin. Like, I sit with the cool kids. I'm with the shiny people. The people who make everything happen work with me. So no, I'm going to push this. This could have been over. It seems like as soon as they started this case, it was started under the opportunity for someone to just hand over the monies that was supposed to be rendered. Two of Cups, Nine of Swords. So pretty much his law firm giving the alley-oop to this larger law firm got somebody over there with the bubble guts, not getting any rest. They wanted to go in a new direction, but screwed themselves going in a new direction. How did this, I'm trying to figure out, y'all, how did this Wolf of Wall Street get involved in this? Because this is a very, very powerful person. We're talking about, like, in those high level billions. Okay, this ain't no millionaires boys club. This is big billion up. Yeah, look. A person who was broke, who didn't have the money, they invested. Seven of Pentacles, invested in helping to move this forward, because it looks like Emilio he didn't have the money for the type of lawyer that he needed. So they said, allegedly, whoever this secret, no face, no case person is like, don't worry about it. Your legal fees will be taken care of. Now, I don't know if they told Emilio, we'll take our fee out if we win the case. They could have told him that, but that's not what this looks like to me. Thank you for the birthday wishes. That could have been all he needed to know, but this looks like his case is being financed by somebody. Oh, the Emperor and the Star. Ha! Y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Emperor and the Star. Listen, who in my tarot class? Thank you, Kimmy, baby. Who in my tarot class? I want to see if y'all can pull this together. Okay? Empress, the emperor and the queen, the star, which represents Aquarius. Bottom of the deck, King of Cups. Tarot class, who got me? Let's see if y'all can figure this out. Okay, so Cashmere, that would be him down here. Whoever this is knows that there's an attachment between this woman and this man. This woman and this man. See this huge moon behind her head? It's so heavy, it looked like it's heavy on her shoulders. So they know about information between her and the diddler. Whoever that young lady is. Yeah, here's the Fool. Two of Pentacles. You know, it's like, it's almost like a stroke of luck, a stroke of genius, but that's how God works. It's like this person was kind of iffy if they were going to take this case. They decided to just go ahead and jump straight in. They got to looking over everything that has to do with them from the past. They said, you know, at least I can give this, you know, a good once over. Let me look at the history, the overall history of the company. And then that's when it ended up cooking with grease. Yes, I'm going to take this case. Moving forward, the Chariot. Chariot also represents a vehicle that you're in traffic. Catch that. Queen of Wands, the Eight of Swords. She need to be careful how she stepped, because it looked like she could step on in there and find out that orange is the new black. Queen of Wands to the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords represents being locked up. Y'all, this case so much bigger than they thought. Who have mercy? You said in chess, the Chariot is the Knight, and Rock Team. Eight of Cups. Yeah, folks wishing they had walked away from this situation. Because Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You've been caught with your hand in the cookie jar. And now y'all going to have to fight like hell. And see, he's got the super team. This is almost unfair the way his damn lawyers is coming to court. Yes, Queen Gigi, this is almost unfair. Two of Swords to the Page of Swords. So they could try to keep this case from being televised. But if they do so, that will be a tower, because they will make sure that this case is often like MSNBC. But I do see somebody trying to make sure that this case does not get televised. They're going to try. She's going to face heavy judgment, heavy scrutiny over her businesses. And they're going to throw her under the bus, because this is when they're going to say, oh no, strong, independent black woman. These is all her companies. This is all her paperwork. No, she is 1,000% responsible for everything. Three of Wands. They may try to offer him a settlement, Hangman, if that hasn't happened already, it feels like this went to court because if they offered a settlement, it was something very, very low and ridiculous. It wouldn't even pay for his lawyers. Yep, that was the tower. Death. It almost feels like the lawyer feels so insulted. They took this personal. It was like, okay, well, let's get it then. Judgment. Baby, this lawyer wants blood from a turnip. Judgment under the Knight of Pentacles. I don't care if you ain't got it. Y'all better figure something out. Seven of Cups. Consider your options. Knight of Swords. This is a message that they're somehow, some way, they're getting the message out through Megan. But this is like grown folks talking across the table over a child's head. I don't even think she understands that there's something way bigger going on, and she just happens to be one of the pawns on the chessboard. So you got this Knight of Swords here. Like I said, message coming in very, very swiftly. Page of Cups. Already sorry that this is going the way it's going. Nobody expected this to really get off the ground. Balance through a new beginning. The Hangman. Worst thing that could ever happen. They didn't think that this case was actually going to go to trial. Them bringing the case to New York actually helped Emilio. Because he could have won this case in California. Don't get me wrong. He could have already won this case in California. But it's not going to get the kind of money that it's going to get now. His lawyers are going to expose the shit out of her, and it could lead to her going to jail. Eight of Swords. I told that girl take that money out her titty and pay that man. Best worst year ever. That's a good question. So why does Mr. Wolf Street want to help? The Wolf of Wall Street? Mr. No Face, No Case? He knows that there's information attached to her case that can help with peanut butter and jelly. That's what it looks like, allegedly. He wants peanut butter and jelly. She just happens to be an ends to a means. Yeah, I told her multiple times, just go ahead and pay that man. Don't take this to damn court. Yep, that's pretty much what this looks like. She's just the ends to a means. Shoot, I told Lizzo when I did her reading, when they said she had that banana, was doing something strange with her people. Lizzo, don't go to court. You don't know what all they got. Settle this out. NDAs, be quiet. Said, dang, high enemies in high places. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Said, I wonder what Ferris gonna do when his cash cow down. Already down. Said, this smells like Busby has something to do with this because they tried to humiliate him and discredit his character. I wouldn't be surprised that Lizzo settled quick as fuck. Baby, Lizzo ain't never met me, but in her spirit, she listened. She like, we we ain't doing this. Austin, there you go, talking about it's bananas. Ooh, goodness. Hola from Brazil. Hi, baby. How are you? All right, let's get down to business with Tory stuff. Let me find one of my favorite decks, y'all. Y'all sit up here spelling bananas. I'm done. I can't even sing Holla Back Girl. All righty, let's look at what's going on with Tory situation. I feel like listening to some juke joint because, baby, it's going to be a wang dang doodle all the way down to the end of this year. The pumpkin spice season. Latte is going to have to be spiked this year. They play too damn much. Woo! Make sure my cards ain't sticky, y'all. All righty. Show me the energy around Tory and the appellate court fast forward to 2 years later. Because we did give you the appellate court prediction 2 years ago. I haven't done a reading on Ramir yet. Y'all, these people had me going. I said, dog, I can't even keep up on what's happening. But I'm a surprise y'all with a lot of content. It's just, I got to figure out how to word some of this stuff. Because this is some heavy information and I want to make sure I get it out. It's digestible. And I don't get flagged. That's the bigger part. Alrighty, y'all. Get your umbrellas ready. Put your smoke in the hair. Put your smoke in the air. Alrighty. Show me Tory and the appellate court. Y'all, I ain't got to give nothing more than these two cards. Who's in tarot class? Let's see if y'all get this. Let me see who's in tarot class. We got a Knight of Cups, Six of Swords. I'm waiting to see who gets it. Knight of Cups, Six of Swords. Knight of Cups represents an offer. Six of Swords is being able to leave behind a dark, chaotic, toxic time to go off into the dawn of a new day. Let me see something, y'all. Make sure, because is it still blurry? I know that's ghetto, but damn. So, an offer is coming. There will be an offer extended for someone to leave behind a dark, chaotic situation. This is a woman leaving behind persecution. This is an exodus. I ain't got to say no more. Those two cards are telling me that he is coming home, like I said he would, possibly sooner than people think. Now, how is this going to happen? I don't see Governor Newsom wanting to be the one to do the job. That's why this has dragged on as long as it's dragged on. Hold on. So they're juggling on what to decide. Let me cover up her tarot boobies. Because there's an element here with the star, a Aquarius air sign individual. So it's a two-part situation. They don't want to release him without figuring out what they're going to do to the person for the other side of the equation. Come on now. I feel like my cards all sticking together. They're being very, very tight-lipped about this because there's a legal side coming out of this that has nothing to do with Tory. Wheel of Fortune and the Tower. They're going to remain extremely quiet, but they're about to make some moves that are going to shake the table. Wheel of Fortune and the Tower, that's something that can eradicate somebody's whole entire life savings. Everything that they've ever built. Say hello to a lot of force and a lot of finance and power coming together to knock down Pebble Nation. They are sparing no expense. They are dotting all their I's and crossing all their T's. So they don't mind taking their time because they're taking the house down. And that's why they're being so quiet about this. See, at this point, it's really nothing else that can be said or done because this is really a spare no expense situation at this point. If y'all think that this is a big deal because you have local officials that are lending their voice publicly, that's not even the straw that's going to break the camel's back. That's kind of like, finishing off your look with lip gloss. What they're about to do is about to be epic. This is something that's never been seen before. Do I have permission to move forward? Yeah. It's not just going to be her. Baby. Page of Cups represents business, new opportunities. Five of Cups. Public humiliation, scrutiny, shame, humiliation. They're going to publicly disgrace the entire system, step by step by step, showing how this is systematic, showing that there is a hierarchy of anarchy. I see why Newsom don't want no parts of this, honey, because they're gonna walk them down. Everybody that's involved in this, all the people that worked in the courthouse, law enforcement. If I do say so myself, this looks like Tory and Demoria are literally about to pull the string to the hem of their garment, and we're going to see the whole outfit just fall apart. You reap what you sow, better call a seamstress. Ten of coins, judgment. I said it before and I say it again. Tory's going to be a very wealthy man. He's never going to have to worry about doing music a day in his life ever again if he doesn't want to. Notice what I said, if he doesn't want to. He could literally do music for the love of it now, just because he feel like it. Not even having to worry about airplay or anything. There's something that's going to be very, very crucial that's going to come out attached to the wounded warrior. And money that's supposed to be paid for him to become the wounded warrior. This came out of nowhere, the Fool. They're going to find out the real reason. Now, they may not say it publicly, but they've been actively investigating. They're going to find out what really happened with that situation. Hold on. Let me cover her little tarot boobs. I would suggest that this air sign immediately stop spending money. Just stop. Don't buy nobody else nothing, not even yourself. Because you're going to go from being comfortable to having to go everywhere like this. You literally going to be that begging ass little cousin. Can I get $5? Can I get this? Can I get that? And people are going to go in another direction. You said, well, who's going to pay for all the Hennessy? Baby, even Hennessy put a pink straw in that cup. Y'all, the shade of that had me in tears. Like, not Hennessy getting in on a rap battle where you talking about you gonna put the straw in the Hennessy, but the straw is pink. Hennessy low-key saying that they are barbs. Hold on, let me see if I can find that picture, y'all. Let me see if I can find that picture. Hennessy cocktail with pink straw. I'm trying to find the official picture that Hennessy got. These are all like bartender pictures. I'm going to find it eventually, y'all, and just post it on my page. That was the shadiest thing. Like, Hennessy literally posted that picture with a pink straw in the midst of his. Yeah, wish fulfillment. And see, this card reminds me of Gavin Newsom. Don't that look similar to Gavin Newsom? He's saying mum's the word. He's not saying much of anything, no matter how he feels about the situation. But they're juggling about how they should handle this, how he should be released. Not that if he should be released or not, how he should be released. And they're looking at how this is going to work out for the highest good for everybody involved, because this is a hot potato. Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is letting it be known there's a lot of corruption and people are trying to be very, very, very strategic right now because it looks like there could be a lot of money, a lot of, this is like old money too, like, you know, like the old boys club. This goes high up. All the people that could be connected to this allegedly. This is, they're saying old brass, um, blue blood type energy as far as what we would possibly think blue blood is, not the actual blue bloods. So let's make sense. These people are high up on the food chain, but they're not high up on the food chain as far as those who run the world. Judgment. So it looks like they want to rule on behalf of a way to where it seems to be respectful towards women, but still expose the corruption. So it's like everybody's looking at election year somehow coming up sometime soon, and they're trying to be as, how can I say this, PR friendly as possible, because this is a huge clusterfuck, so to speak. They're trying to figure out how to untie all these parts and help certain people out. So imagine, you know, you've got like a ball of yarn and you don't know how to get all that yarn untangled. They're trying to untangle this yarn and keep certain people safe and not exposed too much. Y'all, this is why you don't touch the anointed, because when you come after the ones that God has his hand on, the whole house comes down. Whole house comes down. They're considering their options. They know a lot of money's at stake, a lot of reputations are at stake, but it's an unavoidable tower. Unavoidable tower. Either way. So it's like they're having light conversations, and it possibly was like meetings or some type of conversing before they even got this there, but they were having meetings or whatnot. Uh, Almost like TED Talks, what it feels like. And here it is, feeling like you know, to a certain extent, you have people on his team that felt like they had to go at this alone. Issues with people that they were working with. Somebody's very, very greedy with money. 10 of Pentacles to the 4 of Pentacles. So that ended up being a problem with this process. People trying to hoard money, hoard payments, and then making decisions that affect more than just them, being impulsive, not thinking about how this can end, how this can come out. So it does look like the governor is going to eventually comply, but he wants some hoops and hurdles, y'all. He wants some drama. He wants this to look like, you know, he put up a last dying effort. He did everything he had to do. There was no other choice. They combed through everything with a fine-tooth comb. But once they do, they're coming back to see this hot individual right here. So I do see where it looks like state and federal government go from colliding to working together. Thank you, Miss LaDon. Thank you for all the happy birthday wishes. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and adjourn this. But Like I said, the air sign, be prepared to stop spending money. Now, I've told you this before. Y'all pretend like y'all don't watch me. I told you to pay Emilio. You see how that went? Stop spending money right now. It looks like you have a major judgment that you got to pay, Miss Ma'am. Six of Pentacles, Four of Swords. This, I don't know if it's Emilio. I don't know what's going on. I got to say allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. You may have to pay somebody a large amount of money to bring something to arrest. Because this is the only way they're going to be able to keep her looking compassionate and loving. I would suggest, this is my personal opinion, but it's married with my psychic opinion. I would suggest, if I was on her legal team, that she offer Emilio a large settlement, sign, be done with it, and move on. Because if you allow Emilio to take this case full throttle, you're going to have to pay him a very large amount of money to bring this case full circle, to bring it to rest. And the longer you take to possibly give this man an offer, the worse it's going to get. You say, Angel, she knows she doesn't have it. Listen, I gave the best advice I can give. Don't buy nothing else. Start downsizing. You got a rich boyfriend, allegedly. Be heavy, heavy, heavy in love and move in with him. Don't buy shit else. Nothing. You said take the watch back? Ooh, ooh. So I do see Tory's cycle coming to an end. And it's going to happen very quickly when it finally takes place. Knight of Wands is in and out. So it looks like they're going to drag their feet, y'all, until the last second. Until they can't take it no further. And then it's going to be like rocket fuel. Just so I do see him getting out, but I've been telling y'all that for the last 2 years he's getting out. It's going to seem like, you know, they're dragging. And then when it happens, everything's going to happen very, very fast. Very, very fast. And it seems like it's going to happen like a trifecta. Like he's going to get out and she's going to start her cases, like her lawsuits. Like he's going to get out and then lawsuits are going to start. It's not going to be too far off. So there is like multiple groups working together, collaborating to get a proper judgment. So this is definitely not going to go the way that it went before. It's going to be some accountability. And it looks like somebody, this fire sign, is going to have to consider his options on what to do, because this is going to be very, very explosive, abrasive communication that's going to come out when they start to talk about the new evidence and presenting this. It's going to get real hot out here. And it's going to affect the whole family. Family going into hermit mode. Possibly not even seeing them unless business is involved. This is going to affect collaborations. Somebody really is about to become the independent woman. So, hashtag Drop Nation. So, yeah, this is kind of cool. Count your days. This is ominous. Ten of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles, which is collaboration, lots of manpower, lots of money, lots of resources, and they're going to force this to go in a new direction. This is not what they thought. You got the ultimate betrayal attached to a, how do we say this? Get that bread, that head, and leave type moment, okay? So they're trying to decide if there's going to be a trial to bring him home or if they're just going to let him come home. But it feels like they want all the intricate details to be released. So no matter how this happens, it's going to happen quite fast. But however this happens, they want to expose what really happened, who was really sleeping with who. Baby, it's about to get saucy. It's about to get real rude and raunchy with the information that's about to come out. Remember, I told y'all, Tory's finally going to get to that point, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And when he goes no more Mr. Nice Guy, everybody's business getting told. So play Jasmine Sullivan Hotels, because we all about to find out. Yes, what really went down at Kylie's house. There's about to be total exposure to how he got locked up and what actually was happening to him in jail. Y'all, when I say if Tory ain't wrote a book already, he better, because this got top New York, what is that bestseller? Like, this is bestseller all over. All of this case study, like, oh my God, this is monumental. This is so much going on that they're going to have to change some laws. Yes, New York Times, thank you. It's too much information going on in my head. Lord have mercy. They want to look at who invested in him going to prison. Yeah, Pulitzer Prize for sure. Somebody invested in him going to prison. Ooh, Lord. Bon voyage to Pebble Nation. Hell, Pebble Creek. We might as well name you after a cheap wine at this point. Like, girl, I don't drink that Pebble Creek. It give me a headache. Ooh, wee. Y'all worth less and less every day. And see, unrequited offer. They did not expect him to fight. But him fighting is where his blessings come in. Baby, she better enjoy the rest of this summer. Hurry up and drop Act 2.5. Because it looks like this is what causes Drop Nation. And she will no longer have the support of the fortress. Yeah, this falls up under that guy's card. Okay? And it looks like the order comes from him directly to cut her. Cut all support. Card of the Truth. What? It is 2.5. That second one wasn't quite an album, so that's like 1.5, 1.7. That didn't make it to Act 2. So here's the Card of the Truth. Oh, wee. Y'all, this is about to be ugly. People are not going to believe the information that's about to come out with this case and all the twists and the turns. Somebody go get Nancy Grace an extra can of Aquanet, because we need her down on this today, okay? Or bake her a pecan pie, whatever you got to do. Because this is the kind of stuff you want somebody like Nancy Grace to talk about, because she's a prosecutor first. And it looks like, here it is, independent woman. She's going to have to foot the bill for all of this herself. Yeah, they're trying their best to save her reputation, to keep opportunities coming in, but they are nervous, honey. Somebody's scared. I just told her don't spend no more damn money. They grabbing on everything on the way out the door so they can get balanced through a new beginning and move forward. But it's Tory that's about to get the balance and move forward. I told y'all, every time there's a Mercury retrograde, Mercury always helps Tory. All the information that needs to come out to help Tory always comes out during Mercury retrograde. Now it's in his element, fire. You just had a Leo full moon in Leo season with the Lion's Gate portal. And then you have, what is that? Saturn is retrograding, and I want to say until November. So that deals with Saturn return. And when Saturn return comes around, it's what goes around comes around. Everything you ever done pulls up on your front porch and knocks on your door. And this is all happening to them this year. So it looks like somebody's not getting any sleep because they didn't expect this to go in a new direction. I ain't gonna say no names, but you know, somebody who said, ain't no new evidence. And then they had new evidence. Said the moon of Saturn rolls around and see. Yeah, the wounded warrior getting balanced through a new beginning. I ain't gonna even say that. I almost got messy. The wounded warrior getting balanced through a new beginning. So here it is, Tory fighting. And he was fighting what looks like a losing battle. But here it is. He perseveres and he makes it. And he gets balanced through a new beginning after he could have lost his life, death. And it seems like as soon as this person is cut from Pebble Creek swim class, because that's all that's going to be left, Tory ends up bigger than life. As far as the way his image is going to be seen. Yep, once the truth come out, everything is going to manifest because they're going back to the past. So there's new information coming out from the past. So all that stuff that's been sealed, things that they weren't able to present before, there's a lot of information that is unsealed now that can be presented that is very viable. Yeah, this is going to be a very, very heavy situation for Megan. And anybody hoping that they get married, I'm sorry. Here's the love card. Here's the death card. Eight of Cups. When this information comes out, expect him to leave. Hey, baby, True 30. See how many people can afford attorney fees? They're expensive. Listen. Listen, listen, listen. Yeah, a choice is going to have to be made on how to move forward. And that's all they're trying to figure out now. It's not about if he's getting out, it's when and how they're going to do it. Said I had an interaction with a lady on Instagram before the videos came out of them getting out of the vehicle, and she said she worked at the hospital. Oh, read the Clydell's charts and x-rays and says she's not pow pow. Well, I'm going to say this because I didn't read none of that. But that x-ray picture that she has that is out, that's been floating around, that's evidence of her injury. I like the way that whoever put this website together, 34 hours later, 36 hours later, I think it's 36 hours later. I like the way they think. Because they put that picture of both them damn Nephilim feet, plantar side showing. This is the bottom of your foot, the plantar side. Both them big old Nephilim feet, just like this. And I'm happy that they did that, because both of those feet have very pronounced bunions. How can you have a bunion when you get pow pow? Take an x-ray. Not only is your foot 3 to 4 sizes smaller, but you don't have a bunion anymore. And then they take a picture of you and you got Nephilim feet again. And both of those bunions are back on those feet. I have never seen a bunion that you can put on and take off. Is that bunion like the old school like rumor where Michael could take his nose off and put it on the dresser when he go to sleep? Because I ain't never seen that before. I've never seen somebody go to x-ray, take their bunions off, like, could you hold this? Matter of fact, could you hold the extra 3 foot of my, take the extra part of my foot. I don't like having big feet anyway. And they go in there and take a cute foot x-ray. Because that look like the foot that's supposed to be up at the wall when you go get your pedicure. Hold on. Y'all ain't going to be laughing at me. I'm about to show y'all. I got a million pictures in here. Here we go. Now, allegedly, this is her x-ray picture. Allegedly. Is it a bunion on that foot? And don't this look like a size 6, possibly 7? Am I crazy? Hold on. Where'd the bunion go? So how the hell they take a picture of you after and you got your bunions back and your foot is huge again? That looked like my foot in that picture. I got little feet, y'all. So you can't take off a bunion and put it back on. They have to be surgically removed. And you definitely won't be getting down and getting your eagle on, 3-4 days later, 3-4 weeks later. People get bunions and they wear those orthopedic church mom shoes for the next 10-15 years. Said her bunions were sticking out way more than that. Ain't no bunion on that picture at all. That is a perfect foot. Her bunion's so pronounced, it's like this. Like she could throw a black power, she could hitchhike. It's all type of stuff happening. Thank you for the cash apps, everybody. Y'all are beautiful. Thank you so much. Listen, y'all paying me to do the hard work. I have to track down this bunion. Okay? Because this bunion needs to come forward and speak about everything it's heard and seen. Both of these bunions, I know they were scared when they made it to the Met Gala and they kept sliding out those shoes. But how in the world do you have convertible bunions? I ain't never seen it in my life. And if I'm not a lawyer and I can't figure that out, imagine how you can put this Nephilim foot up and then show this picture of this little small to scale foot, like can't be no bigger than a 7, and it's perfect, perfect toes, perfect everything. Look like the person, is a trained dancer, which is crazy because they usually have ugly feet, but foot is just perfect, foot model type foot. And we weren't supposed to notice that after the x-ray you got your bunions back on. It's just a question. That's all I'm doing is posing a question. What happened to the removable bunions? Snap on, click off bunions. I didn't know you could do that. You know how much money we would save Medicare if you got removable bunions? So, just think about that. I'm not saying that that's none of the evidence that Tory got. He probably would be looking at me crazy laughing about the Nephilim feet. He probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay? He is still confusing people with get a comb, any comb, honeycomb. He don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But y'all tell me, when you find detachable bunions, let me know, because I want to make sure I'm not wrong. You said whose foot are they wearing? Listen, hold on. Mind you, it's a TMZ tag on this. So if somebody wrong, it ain't me. Harvey Levin, who the hell foot is this? That is not a bunion. Hold on. That is not a bunion. That foot is practically in perfect alignment. And I'm giving you my professional opinion because I was a massage therapist. I can't even say it, but I got the degree for it. Myomassologist. There we go. I was a myomassologist. Okay? I was working on going ahead to get my degree for kinesiology, which is the study of bones. And by the look of those bones, I'm going to have to get a specialist like Jack Sparrow to help me. Because if nobody knows where you can get Nephilim bunions from, it's Jack Sparrow. Because it's prehistoric, okay? But they should have still been in the picture. Ain't no way. They should have still been in the picture. They just slid a random foot in there. Y'all, ain't that crazy? It took years to realize that they slid a random scale foot picture allegedly. That girl got grown man feet. It should have been questioned who foot that was just by the size of the foot. You said Milagro had a foot injury in that retrograde on her right big toe. Wow. I'm just saying that foot was damn near perfect, and it was little. 3 of wands, 5 of cups. Well, it looked like he gonna come home and somebody gonna be crying and embarrassed like hell. Look at that. Play Natalie Cole. I'm catching hell. Living here all alone. Yeah, blessings coming. Waiting for your ship to come in. Freedom coming. Bringing somebody pain, humiliation, public scrutiny, shame, and regret. Lord, have mercy. Somebody's about to start pandering to the gods. Emperor, Six of Cups. I don't know who this emperor is, y'all. This is a very powerful person behind the scenes. That hand, y'all. This person's hand is starting to pop up in just as much stuff as peanut butter and jelly. Anytime something is going on with peanut butter and jelly, this person scours, finds the information, ties up the loose ends, and sends in information from the past. Y'all, talk about having an enemy from the top. This is hilarious. Whoever this powerful person is making sure all of the strings are being tied together. So they are following everywhere that the Bigfoot has gone, and they are checking the fossils to make sure that they are Nephilim feet. Y'all, what did Party say? I'm talking to the person. The persona versus the person. Lord, and there's going to be a lot of conversations around her wounds. They're trying to really annihilate this case before it can make it to court. That was what they were trying to do. They were trying to take his life, allegedly, because they knew he was going to court. So allegedly, the attack that he suffered was to keep him from going to court because somebody knew that it was going through. Yeah, somebody had to think fast. Sent in a hitter. Somebody had to think fast. Sent in a hitter. But they messed up and they only ended up wounding him. The Nine of Wands. The wounded warrior. He survived. Last man standing. Still gets to go to court. And now they're going to expedite everything to make sure he goes to court. So whether it's just him being heard before the appellate court and they decide to release him, or the appellate court decides that, they want a retrial. Yeah, I don't even think if they decided to do a retrial that it would even take that long for it to happen. They want this to be over as swiftly as possible. Governor Newsom, it just don't look like he wanted to be the one to do it. He wanted to go through every process that it could possibly go through so that it could be approved before it even got to him. He doesn't want to have to be the one to sign the paper from what it looks like. So they tried to affect the money, everything. Doing all types of things to tie up business for him, but he still ended up manifesting. He still had blessings coming in, and even that was humiliating. So think about, you stop him from recording music, and he finishes the album with the help of his family, and it ends up causing so much buzz that people are talking about album of the year. Huge public humiliation, because how does he make something so great from in there and you made what you made out here? That is humiliating. I ain't gonna even lie. Heartbreak attached to some very, very heavy secrets that were meant to be kept, that were never supposed to get out. And this is falling under that emperor. Um, y'all, when I tell you God reached across to help Tory from some unusually high places, you can't give any credit but to God the way that this is working out. Because the way that this looks on my table looks impossible. It looks impossible. But it's all melting into each other, and it's smoothing out. The justice card. So that's the DOJ. Also, him getting justice with the justice system. Yeah, there is some incriminating investigations going on. This is way bigger than just him going to the appellate court. There is like infrastructure investigation. If it hasn't started, it's about to start. Um, Literally, the battle between good versus evil, the Lion of Judah, the devil himself. This battle is literally God versus the devil, and God is here on the table now. And now things are going to start moving fast. Everything from here is going to feel sped up. So the court, it looks like they want to go into a new direction, and they want to move this along as fast as possible. So a new direction is pretty much the direction that he's in, is to keep him in there. They want to give him the chance to be heard and come home, and they want to do this expediently. Queen of Pentacles and the past. Now, whoever this woman is, y'all, there's a very heavy investigation that's going to go off into a woman. Um, a woman who may have possibly, like, helped to finance some things, helped to run point on some things. Y'all, the investigations that are coming out of this, if it wasn't for the hand of God, it would be impossible, because some of these people would have never, ever, ever been tied together. They would have never been tied together. Five of Pentacles. So secretly, it's like now people are finding ways to separate from whatever is going on here, because they don't want the blowback. Everybody is realizing this is real. So expect this to go off into what could be a Homeland Security or federal investigation into some very dark, maleficent things. So it looks like the defense put it down. They argued this case. And with the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, it looks like the appellate court is going to actually love the argument, the style of argument, the way that it's presented. So it feels like they saved the best for last. There's something that they have with this case that nobody knows about. It is very, very top secret. And these people behind the scenes are watching and waiting. They're counting the days. They're watching to see what happens, because it's a mystery how this court case is about to go. Remember, I said internal investigation. So hands that used to wash hands are no longer to wash those hands anymore. You know, those nails that scratch backs are no longer to scratch those backs anymore. I don't know who's getting mixed around, who's retiring, who's getting fired, but there's something going on where people can't pass on the information the way they used to. There's like a blackout, some kind of blot out. Expect a lot of maleficent gossip. to try to cloud the public perception about what happened that night with the partying. But they are going to discuss in vast detail what actually happened that night. Yeah, they're going back down memory lane. And there, in the truth, somebody, I don't know if it's going to be through people reading the transcripts and that's how this gets out, but it feels like transcripts to me. Somebody coming forward with the message to talk about what happened in the past. Um, a lot of people are going to be very, very sorry. There it is. Very, very, very sorry. Okay? A lot of people owe Sunstar apologies. A lot of people are going to be very sorry. Somebody who helped to bring this into fruition, to put their support into it. Yeah, they're exposing some very big people. Very, very big people. Starts tapping crazy with Jack and Coke. Not Jack and Coke start hitting you. So expect some big, big things to be exposed. And it is not what came out in court the last time. For all the people that say, oh, this is the same information as the last time they went to court. No, the hell it's not. Everything that I'm looking at looks like it leads to something way bigger and something else that has not been talked about yet. And there is a secret hand that is going behind the scenes with things that have to do with Pebble Creek, and they are investigating all the things that are happening with all the cases, and they are gathering information. I don't know who the hell y'all pissed off on the wrong side of right, but somebody is working in like they're scouting information. Oh, whoever is digging and investigating is very thorough. Accountability will be had. Accountability will be had. This is like nothing you've ever seen before. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about offices possibly. Don't surprise you hear messages of like offices getting raided and people getting arrested at work. Like, this is going to be epic. Like, this right here is what movies are made of. Point blank, period. This is what movies are made of. Like, we're going to see some network news bonanza information that's going to spawn off of the investigations that come from this case. Now, they may not say that all these people getting arrested and all these things happening are like a chain reaction to what's going on with Tory, but it's literally going to be a trickle down effect throughout government and throughout law enforcement. And it's like, all I can tell you is this: it's like whoever is supporting Pebble Nation, they're going to implode and go down like this. They're taking them down first, so there will be no support. It'll be no one to help them. It'll be no, hand behind the scene. And then they're going to come and swarm in. You said Hunger Games via crime games. McDon, baby, you ain't got to look, and you sure ain't paying for them, so nobody care about what you talking about. Well, I don't know who the Wolf of Wall Street is, baby. All I can tell you is this is a very powerful figure that is behind the scenes. This is not someone a regular person can reach out to. This is not even someone that a powerful person can reach out to. This is like this is some upper level stuff. That's why I said, what did I step into? Whoever this Wolf of Wall Street is, Haley, baby, I'm answering you the best I can now. I just told you this ain't no regular person. I can't just reach out to this person. The people I'm talking about can't reach out to this person. This person is way up here. This is G5 above the clouds. This ain't no regular person. This is above a gatekeeper. See, a gatekeeper is something that y'all used to see, and they pick the gatekeepers and put them in front of you. This is who would pick the gatekeeper. This is the person you don't see. This is the hidden hand. This is the hand that holds the magic wand. So this ain't this ain't even about no big money. This is about power. This is up there. When I tell y'all it's the difference between the fatherhood and then the brotherhood. See, the brotherhood is who picks your gatekeepers. Gatekeepers are down here. Gatekeepers look important because you see them in all the flashy clothes, taking all the vacations, but that's their job. This is the brotherhood. Who I'm talking about is up here in the fatherhood. This person is right up here under the families. Look up 13 families, okay? This person is right up here under the families. You will never see who this is. That's why I'm shocked that that even came up, because I'm like, am I even supposed to be reading this? No, this is above anybody y'all can name. You can't name this person along with whoever you see in regular news and pop culture. It's nothing like what you think it is. This ain't nobody that you just see in the media and you're in regular pop culture. This ain't nothing like anything y'all have ever seen or heard of. This is whoo. It's up there. Yes, this is a hidden figure. That's right. And even when a representative pops out for this person, the representative still cannot lead you back to the person. That's how deep this goes. But all that matters is that this person is tired of somebody's shenanigans. And they're using this moment to go around, gather information, possibly look at a case or two, see what's going on, and lend some support. Some very deep, powerful, deep-pocketed support. Angel B, I ain't gonna even answer that question because I don't even care. I mean, out of all the things he is, nobody should be looking to be in a relationship with that man, period. If you ain't having a good time, you shouldn't even be trying to run behind Stefan Diggs. He's not relationship material, not yet. So I don't see why anybody is trying to make that man anything more than after 12 and before 6. Have your fun while you can. You said, or anyone he's been with. Man, oh man, oh man. So I will go ahead and I'm going to wrap up tonight's show, y'all, because the energy is very, very heavy. And I need to cleanse this energy off of me. I'm Miriam, honey. I'm not doing Kenny tonight. I'm done. The last of that energy, I have to cleanse. I have to cleanse my house, and I'm gonna just go ahead and end it here. So membership, I will see you tomorrow night. Everybody expect some interesting tap-ins because it's a lot of stuff going on. So I had to pace myself to do all the tap-in job because it seemed like all of them are deep dives. All of them are rabbit hole tap in. So thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. Um, I greatly appreciate every last one of you. Thank you for every birthday donation. You said soak them bunions. I'm done. I will see membership people tomorrow at 7 p.m. Everybody else, I'll see you on Twitch at 7 p.m. Friday night on Twitch Eastern Standard Time. And those Twitch videos are going to be uploaded. So, thank you for all the advice for everybody to give me to upload the videos. It was my birthday and I was having birthday shenanigans. So, I was not doing it on my birthday. No working. So, good night, y'all. Everybody have a beautiful evening. And I'm out. Whew, Lord have mercy. All I can tell you is get ready to revel in God's glory because you're about to see a failure that you have never witnessed in life. And it's going to show you that there are no gods amongst men. So good night, y'all. And thank you so much. Bye-bye.